Hello everyone and welcome to Dr. Ovi's Parent Management Training videos. Our video today is going to be on how to build a toolbox. A toolbox will be one of our tools for self-regulation. So when do we need a toolbox? When your child's emotions go out of control, they feel angry, sad, or mad, or anxious, and they need to learn how to calm down. What can we use as a toolbox? Our toolbox can be any reusable containers we have. Look at this blue Tupperware. It was used to contain treats. You can use that as a toolbox. That's a blue toolbox. This is another old Tupperware container. This already has some tools in it. So whatever old containers will hold a few items could serve as a toolbox. And I have this large toolbox that I might use, say, in my office. It will contain quite a few treats so the kids can pick up what they want once we're done if they earn the tool. Okay, and if you want to recycle old boxes, this is a good time to do that. We're going to be receiving a lot of mail during the holiday season. We can wrap this up in wrapping paper, make it pretty, and put whatever tools we want in it. And if you're talking about reusing or recycling containers, I had this one left over from Halloween. It's a pretty little container, and I can put some tools in here, and we can use this as a toolbox. So make it clear to your child they have tools to help calm down that are not within the toolbox. We could give these fun names so they understand when you use the code name. So breathing techniques, taking a big deep breath and letting it go could be their dragon power. Progressive muscle relaxation, and taking those muscle groups, tensing them and then relaxing them, maybe with a breath, could be their muscle power. And our imagery, closing our eyes and using our imagination could be their imagination power. So once your child knows what the code name is for each skill, you pretty much just have to remind them. You can use your superpowers. It could be your dragon power, muscle power, or imagination power. You could also use your toolbox. So we showed you several boxes, or whatever box you choose to use, and whatever items go in the toolbox will be tools that help your child calm down. So say we're making a trip, we could take the toolbox with us. That's what I like about toolboxes. They can go with you wherever you go. So if we're gonna have a long wait at the doctor's office, you might wanna bring the toolbox around. It can go wherever you go with you. So talking about items to go in the toolbox, apart from favorite items your child wants to take with them on the long car trip. If we have a long car ride, that's a good time to have a toolbox. And this is like a fidget toy. I got this from the dollar store. Most of the items I'll be showing you today came from the dollar store. I snapped this in 3 and that way we can reuse and recycle. And this is a pretty way for your child to calm down. In fact, it does seem to me like the shorter you cut them, the better they fidget. So you can use this as a calm down tool. I'll drop that right in my toolbox. What else can we put in our toolbox? So I have several other items. This is a squeeze ball. So if your child likes the feel of a particular toy or squeeze ball, grab a few and put them in your toolbox. Okay, I'll drop that right there in the toolbox. And I have other fidget toys. This is a Rubik's Cube. I like this because you can also use it for mindfulness. We can recognize every color, and that's a way to be present in the moment, and we can try to solve the Rubik's Cube. That should take them a moment. Put that in the toolbox. I have this other Rubik's Cube, just 2 colors, easier to solve. Put that in the toolbox. And what else do I have to put in the toolbox? One of my favorites, I have bubbles. So you get these for about $3 for $1, and I picked them up at the dollar store. So drop a few in your toolbox. And rather than say use your breathing techniques, remember we call this technique the dragon power. So you can say use your dragon power or blow some bubbles. Who doesn't love to blow bubbles? Take a deep breath. and you have to take a deep breath every time you blow bubbles. And you can even try to recognize whatever colors are in the bubbles. And you can reuse, you can recycle, you can use soap suds and washing up liquid, bubble bath to refill these when we're done. So drop some bubbles in the toolbox. What else do I have here today? I have colors. Put a few colors in a Ziploc bag, drop them in the toolbox. And if we're gonna have colors, for sure we have to have a coloring book. So take a few pages out of your child's favorite coloring book, put them in the toolbox, and if you have enough space, you could put the whole book in the toolbox. If you have a spare book, these go for about $1. You can put one of these in the toolbox. These are beautiful books. I also have several books. We can read a story. So if your child likes stories, well, I hope all kids get stories read to them. They can read you a story, you can read them a story. This is a whole bunch of stories. You can pop one or two of these in the toolbox. And these are beautiful. They could identify colors. That's a good way to calm down. Be mindful and tell me 5 colors you can see. So hopefully those are in your toolbox. And remember how we have the packaging that has the bubble wraps? We can pop those. I used to love to do that when I was little. So if you still get that in your packaging, snap them up in squares, put them in the toolbox. And these are bubble snap pop toys that you can get for about $1 at the dollar store. That should keep them busy for a minute. So don't forget to pop them in your toolbox. So I hope this was helpful today. We have all those skills that help your child self-regulate. We gave them favorite names. Don't forget to prompt them to use them when necessary. As well as I hope you continue your positive attending, spending 30 minutes a day or as many minutes as you can spare a day, and playing with your child, doing some favorite activity they like to do, and giving them positive feedback, as well as paying attention to your child's compliance when you catch them helping or doing their chores or sitting quietly or helping clean up after dinner or wash the dishes. Don't forget to give them some positive attention. Remember, that's what we're trying to promote here. Ignoring behaviors that are not a big deal, and ensuring we're enforcing consequences when they break rules or cross the line, but more importantly, paying attention to your child's positive behavior. I hope you enjoyed the toolbox. I did. And don't forget to make your toolbox as well as prompt your child to use the toolbox when necessary. And my favorite tool, I hit the go. Everyone have a good day and goodbye.